What's up, everyone? Bringing you guys yet another upcoming project. This one's called Goat Finance, the greatest of all time. Now, these guys are another auto-rebase, auto-staking, auto-compounding protocol, just like Titano, Libero, all the ones that have come before them. This one's a new one. It's going to be launching on the 10th of March, so in 4 days' time. So they're still in the development stages. They've still got the private sale and the pre-sale to do, so we'll go over all that in a little bit. Just talk a little bit more about the base of the project. The website is nice and clean. Not too much information, just everything that you kind of need to know. The yearly fixed APY is going to be 150,000, very standard, which is going to work out to roughly about 2% a day. Now, if you've never heard about like Titano or Libero or any of these kind of auto staking or compounding projects before, Auto-Rebase, I will go into a little bit more detail on how they work. So basically, you're going to buy your tokens, and then they're going to automatically be staked, and automatically then will compound, and it'll happen automatically in your wallet without you having to do anything. There's no need to go into like a decentralized app. There's no need to stake anything or harvest, compound, any of that kind of stuff. This happens automatically in your wallet. This is a new type of protocol that was started by Titano about 5 months ago, and then recently a lot of other projects have been popping up around, basically because of the success of them and how they've been performing so well even during a bear market. So this is kind of a very standard protocol, really. It's kind of very similar to Titano, or roughly the same amount of fixed APY a year. The rebates are going to happen every 30 minutes, 48 times a day, which is kind of standard as well. Now, one thing these guys have got is a little bit different that I have also seen in other projects such as Quantic Finance. They have an auto BUSD rewards every hour. So not only are your tokens rebasing and therefore compounding every 30 minutes in your wallet, but you're also going to be gaining BUSD rewards every hour on top of that. Now, I have seen this in Quantic Finance as well, and it worked out quite nicely. I myself was invested, and just off of one BNB investment, like a week later, I had like 400 BUSD just from holding for like 1 week. So yeah, it's definitely worth it. So let's go over the tokenomics a little bit. These guys are going to have a 6% go into liquidity pool, 5% into the sustainability fund. Now, this is the fund that's going to be used to pay the yield, basically, and then 4% in the treasury, which is kind of like a backup fund for big thought. Say there's a lot of volatility, price drops and stuff like that. That's why, and they got the treasury fund. It also can be then used to for if the project wants to kind of go into different directions and stuff like that. And that's what usually the treasury fund is used for. And then they're going to have this is the 4% that's going to go towards BUSD rewards. So with having the BUSD rewards as well, the tax is a bit higher than normal. So this is going to be 6,544. It's going to be 19% overall. So it'll be a 38% tax all round trip. Now, this is why I can't stress enough to you guys that getting into projects early, meaning like the private sale and the pre-sale, is really important if you want to be. The guys who get in at the private sale and the pre-sale are the guys who make the big profits compared to people that are buying afterwards. You have to understand, obviously, it's more of a risk to be buying in a private and pre-sale, but you're going to get more rewards. So yeah, this is the website. It looks good. They've got everything set up. They've got the dashboard set up, so you just have to connect your wallet there, and then it would, all your statistics will kind of come up. You've got your next reward and all this kind of stuff. It's kind of not normal. Well, at least they've got a dashboard up and working, which is a good thing, because a couple of projects didn't have theirs ready for launch, so these guys are well ahead. And there you go. So it's going to be exactly 2% daily APY. So say for example you have $1,000 and you invest that in, so you get 2% a day. So the next day you would have, what would that be? You would have $1,020, and then so on and so forth, and then the $1,020 would go up 2% again the day after, and that's kind of how these protocols work. They've got a calculator as well, so you can kind of calculate yourself. So you say you wanted to put 1,000 goat in, and you want to see how much that's going to increase during 10 days. Press calculate, and then it show you where you would gain, and that's very much that's if the market cap stays the same. So even if the market cap stays the same, you would earn on 1,000 gold, you would earn 221 extra just in 10 days, just after a week later, which is pretty insane, really. And put it over 20 days, you kind of calculate more and stuff like that. And it just goes to show you where just holding it a month, holding these projects a month, you have 75% extra tokens. It's so powerful these were, and that's why they're working, so well even during the current market conditions when everything else is performing so badly. You know what I mean? Let's go over, have a quick look at the white paper, because they've released a white paper. So yeah, just a little introduction there about what they're about. Talking about the APY and happening every 30 minutes and stuff like that. So yeah, I did go over and explain a little bit how that works, basics. But if you are a newcomer to these kind of projects, then I will be leaving links to the white paper and the website and in the description of this video. And if you want to go off and read more stuff or watch more YouTube videos, then obviously it's important that you understand about what you're investing in, basically. And yeah, it talks about that. It talks about these BUSD rewards. That, as I say, we've seen that in Quantic Finance recently, and that worked really well. People are happy to be earning BUSD rewards at the same time as having the tokens increase 2% daily. So yeah, I like that. That's kind of interesting. These guys have got an anti-dump mechanism, which I do like. Means that each wallet is only be able to sell once every 12 hours. That's good. So you can't get people constantly dumping on the chart. So that's good as well. It's got a nice little mechanism in. Yeah, so there's quite a lot of information in this white paper. It explains everything you need to know about the APY, the auto staking, the rebase, all that kind of stuff. So if you are a newcomer to these kind of projects, definitely check this white paper out and go about it in more detail, so you kind of understand how this works. Again, they're going to talk about here about the treasury and how that works. So the GOAT treasury works to ensure the growth and sustainability of the GOAT ecosystem. With each transaction, a small percentage of transaction volume accrues in the treasury wallet, which is used for free purposes, managed by the development team depending on the strategic context. So there you go. Yeah, so this basically talks about where the fund's going to go, the taxes, and how they're going to be used. And then a bit more on the tokenomics, kind of touched on that earlier. So we were saying there's about a large amount going into liquidity pool, which is important. Otherwise there's going to be too much volatility in the chart if you don't have a decent liquidity pool, especially at the moment. There's so much uncertainty in the markets. So many negative catalysts coming out, wars and politics and economies and all this kind of stuff, giving a lot of volatility to the markets. We don't know, we have a lot of uncertainty in the future. I'm sure the markets are going to keep performing like that. So it's always good to have a nice strong liquidity pool in those kind of times. And 4% going to BUSD reward, 4% going to this treasury fund, and 5% to the sustainability fund. Yeah, and this is the one that pays you the rebases, basically. So let's have a look at the roadmap. See what they've got going. They've got 3 phases at the moment. Phase 1, they wanted to get everything, and they've pretty much kind of ticked all this off, I guess. The dashboard's finished, the calculators are finished, the white paper's done, the contract's made. Still haven't done the private sale. I think we'll go over a bit more information about that in a second, but the private sale will be on the 8th of March. It'll be in 2 days' time. So now once the post-launch ones have been listed, they're going to have a big marketing push. It doesn't go into too much detail here about what marketing will be, but I'm sure if you ask one of the team members on the Telegram, they'll be sure to tell you more detail what they've got planned. Obviously, they're going to apply for all the listings, CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, Crypto.com, and all that kind of stuff that typical coins do at the start. making Goat token easily accessible across different communities. Whether that means that they're going to bridge to a different blockchain, I'm not too sure. And then phase 3. So they've got some bigger ideas for down the line as well, which is always important. You've got to have ideas. You know, you can't just finish a phase 2 and then say, well, we don't really know what's going to happen in phase 3, because you don't give people a reason to hold the coin. You know, projects always have to have something to kind of be working for. Further development of the project, create borrow lending platforms. That's interesting, yeah. That's something you could definitely ask the team more about, or what they plan on doing now, because I haven't seen this yet implemented into any of the Auto-Rebase protocols. Along with the staking rewards, BUSD rewards, introduce lending rewards, promote DeFi borrowing, lending across platforms to maximize refunds. Okay, yeah, I know what this is. So this is kind of what some of the other projects before them have done. So with one of the funds, either the treasury fund usually or the sustainable fund, then they stake they stake stable coins such as BUSD and stuff like that to then earn more money on top of that, which is good for like the long term of the project. So yeah, and then they've got all the socials. So these guys will be predominantly on Telegram. Some projects prefer Telegram, some prefer Discord. These guys on Telegram. They have their own Twitter and the website and Instagram. So they're pretty much all ready. It's just a few days now until the private sale. Looking at the roadmap there, they have kind of ticked off everything they need to do before they start the private sale and the pre-sale. They're pretty much ready to go. You know, just you got to keep working and get as much hype as possible to make sure that the private sale and the pre-sale is filled with some nice hype. So we'll go over a little bit of details now on the private sale and the pre-sale. So they've got a private sale, like I was saying, it's on the 8th of March, and it's just going to be a small 50 BNB hard cap. The max contribution will be 2 BNB for that, and those guys in the private sale will get a 10% discount on the tokens. Now, they're saying that the most of these private sale spots will be given to influencers and other people who helped out in the beginning of the project. I guess if there's still some spare BNB, maybe they'll give it to the community as well. And then the day later is when they're going to have the pre-sale, and it's going to be on pink sale. And this project is on the Binance Smart Chain, and they will be using pink sale as their launch pad. That's going to be on the 9th of March, the day after, and this time the hard cap is 200 BNB. So all in all, in total, they're going to have 250 BNB to start off this project, which isn't a massive amount at all. So I could imagine, roughly thinking about the price of BNB at the moment, I would say that their starting market cap is going to be around about, I probably would say even it's going to be about 200,000. Yeah, probably about 200,000, maybe even a little bit less. Yeah, we'll see. And so there'll be 200 wallets whitelisted for that, with a max contribution of 2 BNB. So, you know, depending on if the whitelisted wallets have been distributed out to people that really want to invest in the project, or they've been distributed out to call channels who have given them to people that weren't so interested, there could still be a chance there for the public to get in at the end if there's some BNB left over. So even if you don't manage to get yourself a whitelist, I'd still kind of watch the pre-sale and see how it fails, just because there might be a few BNB left over that you can get in. But if you do want some whitelist opportunities for this project, then you've just got to get into the Telegram. You've got to find out which call channels and which communities have been giving away spots. And yeah, you just got to enter their competitions and try and win yourself a spot, basically. So yeah, so I think I've covered everything I wanted to cover in this video. Like I say, I want to keep bringing these projects to you guys, because these are the projects that everyone's making money on at the moment during tough times in the market. These protocols are the ones that seem to be working. So I want to keep trying to bring as many of these projects over to you guys as early as possible, basically. And so yeah, so that's it for today. Thanks for listening, guys, and until next time, bye.